Well, Gina Downs, Senior Connection, is here to offer words of warning about a scam that's happening right now. And it is mind-blowing to me, Gina. She was on the news last night to kind of explain and warn and inform the public about what's going on. How did you first find out about it?
We've had an influx of calls coming in. It's very unusual activity, and we've had several calls coming in the last week. And I spoke to some other insurance agent friends, and they've all had several calls, all in relation to the same exact thing that's happening.
Okay, so what's happening? What are people getting in their homes, or what's happening?
Well, it's fraudulent billing to Medicare, and the recipient, the beneficiary, doesn't understand or know that it's even happening unless they're checking their explanation of benefits, or the EOB, that comes in from Medicare. And so there's medical services that are being provided, being billed to Medicare, that are never being received by the person. So here's an example of a billing statement. So this is what the front page looks like. This is your Medicare summary notice or explanation of benefits, and we've blurred it out for privacy.
Sure, of course.
That's what the front page looks like. And on here it says you might be billed over $2,000 for these services. And then several pages later, this is showing exactly month after month of billing for catheters for this individual who does not need catheters, never received them. The doctor that's on this billing does not exist in our area, and the provider that it's being provided by, like this durable medical equipment, is out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and has absolutely no connection to the patient. But Medicare has paid over $11,000 for this one person, and their secondary insurance has also paid over $2,000 for them. Is the government, are the investigators looking into this too? This is a big deal. It is a big deal, and anybody who receives one of these billing statements and they have received charges inadvertently needs to call Medicare. You need to call 1-800-MEDICARE. They will transfer you to the fraud department, but every single person they want to call in, because they have to track it down. Somebody's getting these paychecks. Yeah, somebody's getting money, right? Yeah. They wouldn't keep doing it. Yeah. And I believe it's people who have Medicare and a supplement that they're targeting, because if your Part B deductible is met, you're not going to receive any bills for services, so you're not even going to know it's happening. Medicare Advantage, they're going to get copay bills, and they're going to be like, hell no, I'm not paying that. I didn't get that. But Medicare supplements, they're not getting those bills. And so they can bill Medicare, and hopefully it skirts under the radar. But you have to call Medicare and let them know that this is happening. They're going to ask you, have you received services? And of course, if you've not, then it's fraud. It is absolute fraud. So is it red flagging on the Medicare's end? On the Medicare side, somehow, yes. Yeah, they're going to start tracking it. They've been tracking it, but the providers that we've seen, they're being billed from Florida, Texas, New York. So all these durable medical, and it typically is durable medical equipment. So that's catheters and braces and back braces, oxygen, things that you're going to use in your home. Right. And so you've got providers that are listed on the billing all over the country, and they could also be victims in this. So not necessarily part of it all. They're not necessarily the bad guy. I don't want to say that they are the bad guy, but they're the ones that are listed on there. And the one on this particular bill, I called them to see, do they provide catheters? Because on their website, it's not even listed service. And the phone number was out of service. So are they getting overwhelmed with calls asking for this, or are they out of business? Packed up shop and moved on to another city? It's a big question. And so the next question is, well, does it really affect the beneficiary? Because Medicare is the one paying the bill. Absolutely, it affects you, because your secondary insurance is paying claims on it. And Medicare supplement insurance premiums go up based on claims experience, not just of you, but everybody that has that plan in your area. And we're having a huge influx right now. So all of these claims that are being paid could jack your prices up. And because this is a prescription that has to be on your record, it could prevent you from getting coverage from another company. It could prevent underwriting. So you could have harder time getting coverage in the future, and you could inadvertently get increases on your premiums for services that were never rendered. Wow. So it's so much. Very big. Call Medicare, 1-800-MEDICARE, and let them know. Thank you for letting us know. Absolutely. All right, we'll be back with more lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.